So for our audience, tell us a little bit about Dive. What is it? What are you building? What's the end problem that you're trying to solve?
Well, we sort of talk about Dyve as an NFT short selling and lending platform. And some of that feels like maybe that's familiar. We talk to people and they go, oh, I've heard of that. You can do it here. But we really are a brand new concept on Ethereum. And I'll tell you why. So first of all, let's talk about why we even exist and why you need short selling, why you need lending here. We think that the NFT markets are totally broken because at the moment you only have this buy sell pressure that people are only motivated for price to go up. You only want to hear the echo chamber of up only, and why projects are good. But what we saw in the bull run is projects climb and climb and climb and climb until they don't, and they crash really hard, and people just lose a ton of money. And I think a big reason of that, when you look at other markets like equity markets and you go, well, NFTs, the collectible markets, are there any parallels? But in equity markets, you have the ability not just to buy, but also to short sell. And so if you have two competing people where they have different theses of whether things should go up or down, they can actually take advantage of that and bet or profit against that. Whereas here in the NFT market, again, with only the ability to go up, you end up with these unsustainable swells, and no liquidity means things crash. So in the market as a whole, you have holders and people who buy NFTs, and right now they can't actually do anything with those NFTs. They're waiting. All they can do is buy low and try to sell high, and they can't really earn along the way. And traders who see things that are overpriced, they can't profit if price is correct. And they can't also help prices get to a real established level that they should be at the market pricing for them. So by enabling short selling, you unlock two things. You unlock for holders the ability to profit without selling because they're lending out and getting paid. And for traders, you give them all these new things, new trading strategies, more capital efficiency, which is better NFT pricing discovery. So we think we're solving a problem that unlocks this other half of the whole NFT trading ecosystem. So for how do we even do that? It's actually, I think it sounds complicated at first, but when you take a step back, it's a fairly straightforward process. You have two groups of people. You have holders and you have traders. And the holders are people who own NFTs and they want to do something with their NFTs. So they'll set three simple things. They'll say, how much are you going to pay me to borrow my NFT? How much are you going to set for collateral if you walk away and never come back so that I get to keep from you? And how long do I want to let you borrow it for? Those three things. And the lenders, they also say one thing that's critical. They allow any NFT to be returned to them from the same collection. So the reason that's critical is borrowers then turn around. They say, great, I'll pay you that fee to borrow your NFT. I'll post the collateral because I understand that you need that for your insurance. And I get to borrow your NFT straight away, but different from a simple rental where I'd have to return that to you later on. Because I can give any back, I can actually go to the market and sell it today. And then I can watch the price. I can watch the floor price. And I know I have a fixed amount of time that I can buy and return one back to you. So if I've sold it today and I'm watching it, and the floor price is going down, 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 that's perfect for me because later on I get to buy one that's cheaper from the floor, give it back to the lender. So as a borrower, I've borrowed an NFT. All I've done is I've borrowed and returned an NFT. It's simple borrowing and lending, but I've effectively short sold the collection because I got to borrow and sell up here and I got to buy later on. And if the price went down, that meant that I could profit. Mm-hmm. And the lender is someone who says, well, that's for me, I was going to be a long-term holder anyways. I believe in the project. I got to put my NFT to work because at the start of the process, I had an NFT. At the end of the process, I have an NFT, but I also got paid. And even though it's a different NFT, I got paid for the ability to do that. And I can even take that NFT and do it again. Mm-hmm. So we have created the system where we can pair borrowers and lenders together that allows short selling to happen and really unlocks a whole new avenue of trading and utility for NFTs sitting in people's wallets.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting because the way that the NFT market works today, I also think you've got two different properties of NFTs, right? So you've got the kind of rarity elements where people will buy, they'll pay 10x, 50x even for a legendary, one of one in a particular collection. And then you've got the I think majority of the transactions by a wide margin, maybe an order of magnitude or more, that are basically just floor price, plays by different traders, or again, community holders that they want more of a particular asset or whatever. And so I think you're really targeting and catering to that latter group, and you're saying, good, if you want the legendary one of one, like obviously you're not going to loan that out and just take back anything from the collection, but the vast majority, call it 95% or 90% of any collection, is going to land in that second grouping that you're then able to basically leverage in a, I don't want to say a fully fungible way, but maybe a more fungible way than than a typical token. Is that a fair way to put it?
Yeah, you got it. Sometimes I like to think that we're putting the fungible back into non-fungible
Yeah,
tokens. That
that makes
you're
sense.
and we're not the only people to try to do that. But I think the way we do it, as you said, is you have maybe a 10,000 PFP collection. Most of those 5,000, 6,000 are going to be more floor NFTs. They aren't going to really command a premium, or you have people accepting offers as well.
Mhm.
So that's like below the floor. So we really, I agree, cater to that. But the added bonus, I think, for us as well is if you have something that's a little more rare, you can still set the price, you can set the fee higher than someone who has just a floor NFT. And that will allow people to also, traders who might say, oh, I'm looking for a specific laser eyes for my collection, and I've got another one, and I just want to swap it out. That can let them swap it out and pay a bit of a premium to do that. Or it can let someone else take the market risk and say, I think I can sell it for more than you think you can sell your laser eyes. Maybe I
Right.
can do an OTC deal, and I have buyers lined up. So you can actually, it even gives more opportunity for traders to have access to do more things with the same collection that they might really know very, very well.
Right. No, and that's one of the things that from an investing standpoint, you always tell you can see individuals that know an ecosystem very well or that know a particular project very well. If they have the appropriate tool set, that can be very valuable for them, but oftentimes they're more limited.